Hi guys, this is Connie, and I was technically already supposed to leave my house, but because I've been slacking on editing anything, and I have a couple of videos that I could edit together, and I just don't want to. I like the one cut. So here is Connie reads cover to cover Aesop's Fables, because I can do these short and sweet and make as many of them as I want because there are no chapters. Wonderful stuff. So, yeah, now it's probably part 6 or part 5. I don't know. Future Connie will not be editing this video, so it is what it is. Here we go. The Fisherman and the Sprat. A fisherman cast his net into the sea. When he drew it up again, it contained nothing but a single sprat that begged to be put back in the water. "I'm only a little fish now," it said, "but I shall grow big one day. Then if you come and catch me again, I shall be of some use to you." But the fisherman replied, "Oh no, I shall keep you now. I've got you." "If I put you back, should I ever see you again?" "Not likely." Next story. The Boasting Traveler. A man once went abroad on... Bleh. It's not Friday yet. The Boasting Traveler. A man once went abroad on his travels, and when he came home, he had wonderful tales to tell of the things he had done in foreign countries. Among other things, he said he had taken part in a jumping match at Rhodes, and had done a wonderful jump which no one could beat. "Just go to Rhodes and ask them," he said. "Everyone will tell you it's true." But one of those who were listening said, "If you can jump as well as that, we needn't go to Rhodes to prove it. Let's just imagine this is Rhodes for a minute, and now, jump." Moral of the story: deeds, not words. The Crab and his Mother. An old crab said to her son, "Why do you walk sideways like that, my son? You ought to walk straight." The young crab replied, "Show me how, dear mother, and I'll follow your example." The old crab tried, but tried in vain, and then saw how foolish she had been to find fault with her child. Moral of the story: example is better than precept. Crap! Words. Example is better than precept. Yep. Next story. It's called The Ass and His Shadow. A certain man hired an ass for a journey in the summertime, and started out with the owner following behind to drive the beast. By and by, in the heat of the day, they stopped to rest, and the traveler wanted to lie down in the ass's shadow. But the owner, who himself wished to be out of the sun, wouldn't let him do that, for he said he had hired the ass only, and not his shadow. The other maintained that his bargain secured him complete control of the ass for the time being. From words they came to blows, and while they were belaboring each other, the ass took to his heels and was soon out of sight. The Farmer and His Sons. A farmer, being at death's door, and desiring to impart to his sons a secret of much moment, called them round him and said, "My sons, I am shortly about to die. I would have you know, therefore, that in my vineyard there lies a hidden treasure. Dig, and you will find it." As soon as their father was dead, the sons took spade and fork and turned up the soil of the vineyard over and over again, in their search for the treasure, which they supposed to lie buried there. They found none, however, but the vines, after so thorough a digging, produced a crop such as had never before been seen. Well, that's one way to get your job done. Next story. The Dog and the Cook. A rich man once invited a number of his friends and acquaintances to a banquet. His dog thought it would be a good opportunity to invite another dog, a friend of his. So he went to him and said, "My master is giving a feast. There will be a fine spread, so come and dine with me tonight." The dog thus invited came, and when he saw the preparations being made in the kitchen, he said to himself, "My word, I'm in luck. I'll take care to eat enough tonight to last me 2 or 3 days." At the same time, he wagged his tail briskly, by way of showing his friend how delighted he was to have been asked. But just then the cook caught sight of him and in his annoyance at seeing a strange dog in the kitchen, caught him up by the hind legs and threw him out of the window. He had a nasty fall and limped away as quickly as he could, howling dismally. Presently some other dogs met him and said, "Well, what sort of a dinner did you get?" To which he replied, "I had a splendid time. The wine was so good, and I drank so much of it that I really don't remember how I got out of the house." Interesting. The moral of the story, it says, be shy of favors bestowed at the expense of others. Oh, that's for the, well, wait, one more story and then I'll show you the picture for that one. This one's called The Monkey as King. At a gathering of all the animals, the monkey danced and delighted them so much that they made him their king. The fox, however, was very much disgusted at the promotion of the monkey. So, having one day found a trap with a piece of meat in it, he took the monkey there and said to him, "Here is a dainty morsel I have found, sire. I did not take it myself because I thought it ought to be reserved for you, our king. Will you be pleased to accept it?" The monkey made at once for the meat and got caught in the trap. Then he bitterly reproached the fox for leading him into danger. But the fox only laughed and said, "Oh, monkey, you call yourself king of the beast, and haven't more sense than to be taken in like that." And this one's got a picture. And it's part of our next story. Yep. The Thieves and the Cock. Some thieves broke into a house and found nothing worth taking except a cock, which they seized and carried off with them. When they were preparing their supper, one of them caught up the cock and was about to wring its neck. Then he cried out for mercy and said, "Pray do not kill me. You will find me a most useful bird, for I rouse honest men to work in the morning by my crowing." But the thief replied with some heat, "Yes, I know you do, making it still harder for us to get a livelihood. Into the pot you go." The Farmer and the Fortune. A farmer was plowing one day in his farm when he turned up a pot of golden coins with his plow. He was overjoyed at his discovery, and from that time forth made an offering daily at the shrine of the goddess of the earth. Fortune was displeased at this, and came to him and said, "My man, why do you give earth the credit for the gift which I bestowed upon you? You never thought of thanking me for your good luck? But should you be unlucky enough to lose what you have gained, I know very well that I, Fortune, should then come in for all the blame." I had a hard time seeing. "My man, why do you give earth the credit for the gift which I bestowed upon you? You never thought of thanking me for your good luck, but should you be unlucky enough to lose what you have gained, I know very well that I, Fortune, should then come in for all the blame." I got it that time. The moral of the story is, show gratitude where gratitude is due. Next story, Jupiter and the Monkey. Jupiter issued a proclamation to all the beasts and offered a prize to the one who, in his judgment, produced the most beautiful offspring. Among the rest came the monkey, carrying a baby monkey in her arms, a hairless, flat-nosed little fright. When they saw it, the gods all burst into peal on peal of laughter, but the monkey hugged her little one to her and said, "Jupiter may give the prize to whomever she likes, but I shall always think my baby the most beautiful of them all." Aww, that's so cute. Alright. Father and Sons. A certain man had several sons who were always quarreling with one another, and try as he might, he could not get them to live together in harmony. So he determined to convince them of their folly by the following means. Bidding them fetch a bundle of sticks, he invited each in turn to break it across his knee. All tried and all failed. And then he undid the bundle and handed them the sticks one by one. When they had no difficulty at all in breaking them, "There, my boys," he said, "united you will be more than a match for your enemies, but if you quarrel and separate, your weakness will put you at the mercy of those who attack you." The moral of the story, union is strength. Ooh, awesome. We have one more, and then we have another one with a big picture, and that'll probably be the end of this session. The lamp. A lamp well filled with oil burned with a clear and steady light, and began to swell with pride and boast that it shone more brightly than the sun himself. Just then a puff of wind came and blew it out. Someone struck a match and lit it again and said, "You just keep a light, and never mind the sun. Why, even the stars never need to be relit, as you had to be just now." And this one, I think this will be the ending story. I love the animation, the little sketches they have there. Our final story, The Owl and the Birds. The owl is a very wise bird, and once, long ago, when the first oak sprouted in the forest, she called all the other birds together, and said to them, "You see this tiny tree? If you take my advice, you will destroy it now when it is small, for when it grows big, the mistletoe will appear upon it, from which birdlime will be prepared for your destruction." Again, when the first flax was sown, she said to them, "Go and eat up that seed, for it is the seed of the flax, out of which men will one day make nets to catch you." Once more, when she saw the first archer, she warned the birds that he was their deadly enemy, who would wing his arrows with their own feathers and shoot them. But they took no notice of what she said. In fact, they thought she was rather mad and laughed at her. When, however, everything turned out as she had foretold, they changed their minds and conceived a great respect for her wisdom. Hence, whenever she appears, the birds attend upon her in the hope of hearing something that may be for their good. She, however, gives them advice no longer, but sits moping and pondering on the folly of her kind. That's a sad note. Okay. Yeah. And with that, we'll go ahead and stop there. So, be careful with that and enjoy, please and thank you, and I will see you for the next rendition, most likely another one of these. I haven't figured out what I'm doing for tomorrow, but I'm going to be out and about today. So, I will see you in the next one. Bye.